Well, hey y'all, I'm Jamie Deen. Welcome back to the Chicken Box. I'm just looking at this cute little book called Made with Love. We've gotten this out, y'all. This is to help introduce kids how to start cooking. Now, I started when I was 6 or 7 years old, I guess, in the kitchen working with breakfast stuff. And I didn't learn any of my knife skills until I got older. But today, Teresa's asked me to show y'all how to drive a knife. So come down here. Before we get into our recipe, let's prep our things up. I'll show you how to use a knife. Now, this is a really big knife that I use. I've had this knife for a long time, and I bring this from my house. It has good balance for me. This knife is probably going to be a little big for you younger kids that are at home. Find a knife that really fits your hand. This, I believe, is an 8-inch. This is called a chef's knife. And this is my utility knife that I do everything I need to at work with this knife until I have to cut bread. And then I use my bread knife. See, this knife has ridges on the edge. It's called serrated. So when I have to cut bread, this is perfect for cutting bread and it doesn't tear the bread up. So this is for slicing, cutting bread and things. And this big boy here is for slicing, dicing, chopping. It's a good scoop. I use it as a tool. I'm going to show you how I cut onions, okay? Now, it's important that you leave this little button on the bottom is what keeps this onion together. So when you cut the bottom of it off, make sure you don't cut off too much because you want everything still together. Now, there's two ways that you can do this. This way is going to take some practice. I'm going to take this knife and I'm going to make cuts, 4 or 5 cuts through here on its side, being very careful of my fingers. Always make sure you have a clean, safe space to work on. So I got 3 cuts down the center, and I'm going to do cut from the button to the front, just a few times. And now when I cut it this way, it's diced. So you make a few cuts, and then when you make this last cut, you have half of your onion has been diced. Now, when I was younger, I used to do it this way. I would go ahead and cut my ring, and I would make a couple of cuts this way, and I would do it this way.
Much safer for children.
Lot safer way for you guys to get started. But an onion, it really is a good item for you to cut because it's firm and it's not real slippery. And when you're using your knife, the best tip is to always try to keep your tip on the board. You don't have to pick up the whole knife. You rock your knife. See this? The tip always stays on the board. So if I'm cutting this, rock your knife. I don't think I'm going to need all of these onions in here, but since I'm here, I'll cut them. Rock, rock, rock. That is a safe way to do that. Now for our tomatoes are a little bit different because they're much more tender and they're soft and you can tear them up. So make sure you have your sharp knife. And when I dice tomatoes, I take the top off, slice. I like to roll the tomato so it stays even on the sides. I don't get too much on one side or the other. Now this would, my mom would say, is the most important part because this and this is where the profit for your business is. So most people would throw this in the trash, but I can cut around this stem. This is good for a couple of different reasons. This cuts down on food waste. And there are so many people in this world that don't get enough food. You don't ever want to waste your food. And this part of the tomato is just as good as the rest of it. See how I'm rocking my knife? I get something that I like, and I give it a couple of rocks. Trying to keep them all uniform as best as I can.
Jamie, I diced a whole bunch of it for you as well.
Okay.
Just so you know. I think we might have more than we need.
Which is a blessing. Okay, now I'll show you this. This is, our recipe calls for cilantro. And a few people, when they eat cilantro, taste soap bubbles. I taste soap bubbles when I eat it. So I'm not a big cilantro fan, but I'm going to show you how to do it. You just stem it. You get your stem, you just pull it off in clumps. Pay attention not to get any stems in it. You can just pull down, pluck, pluck, pluck. I've already done a few of those here. And I'm just going to chop them up. This hand, pay attention to this hand. Keep this hand out of it. Our left hand doesn't have anything to do with this. You don't want your finger getting lost to your right hand out working your left hand. So I keep it clear. On the board. Pull and push and pull and push and pull and push and pull and push. There are a lot of different ways. The people that use knives. I haven't been to any formal training or culinary school, but this is the way that I learned it, and this is the way that I do it. And knock on wood, I haven't cut myself in a very, very long time. The most important thing is to be patient and work at your own pace. Like Teresa has brought me, what is this, Teresa?
The garlic press.
Garlic press. I've never used it. You put this in there, and then you press that down,
And it minces it.
and then what happens?
That's your minced garlic that you're going to use. There you go. Now push through.
Wow, look at that.
You need 1 teaspoon for this recipe.
Wow, look at that. There are a lot of handy tools that I do not use because I'm old-fashioned, and some people would say hard-headed, and I would say determined. I like to do it old school with my hands. Now for our avocados. Avocados are, I love them, and they're full of good fat for you. You're going to check just where there's a little bit of pressure where you can feel it. If you get them too hard, you won't be able to use them. And if they need another day or so, if you put them in a brown paper bag, that'll accelerate the ripening process. So I take it from here, roll it around. If you want to get really fancy, you can scoop out your avocado and save the skin, and you could actually serve your guacamole in here with some chips. You can use it as a little bowl. Don't watch this, kids. Do not do that. Don't do that. That's for me only. Get your parents to help you with the pits. I've got a couple of my avocados in there already. I'll show you the way that I do this. It's very simple. I just squeeze the outside. And I can squeeze the whole thing out. There's another way you can do it if you're looking to garnish, or if you want to make something super special, you can slice it. And you can pop it out in whole pieces. You see, since what we're doing is guacamole, it's okay. I just went ahead and squoze it all out. This is another really good tool that I love to have in the kitchen. This is like a bench scraper. So this helps you pick everything up. So we're going to do our recipe now. So I've got 3 avocados. I'm going to not use that cilantro. Thank you very much. Tomatoes. A few tomatoes. And just a few onions. Avocado is the star of the show here. So I don't want anything to overpower my avocado. The secret ingredient to guacamole, for 2 reasons. but you have to have lime. The lime juice prevents the avocado from turning brown. Avocado is like an apple. When you take it out of its skin, it begins to age very rapidly. And the acid in this lime not only gives a really big back end punch to your guacamole, but it also keeps your avocados from turning brown. So it's really good to have. I'm going to take a little bit of this garlic. And that's it for this recipe. But wait a minute. You know I'm not done. The bonus for y'all, I make guacamole at the house all the time. People really love it. I put a little sour cream in mine. This helps cream it up. So maybe a tablespoon right there on top. I'm going to take a good pinch of salt. This avocado really needs a little bit of salt, and my tomatoes do too. A little bit of black pepper can live in there. Now this is a rubber spatula. This is great for mixing everything or scraping all your ingredients out of your bowl. I use this to make a lot of my salads here at the Chicken Box. So I'm going to use it today. I'm going to mash up this avocado. I may need to put a fork in it. Oh, I'll show you something. You know what's fun? I love to do this. I'll tell you what, let's take one quick break, and when you come back, there'll be more fun. Y'all get yourself some gloves. Gloves are fun to work with in the kitchen. I wear these when I want to handle food safely with my hands. And my mom always said the best tools, the kitchen tools ever, God put it into your arms. So because I have to match this up, I'm going to put my hands in it. It's fun to play with your food. I love guacamole. It is good on your eggs. It's good on sandwiches. It is delicious. And there's really nothing to it. You can dress it up if you want to. You can add jalapenos. You can put your cilantro in here. But for me, tomatoes, onions, guacamole, a little bit of seasoning and some lime juice, that is delicious. Hot dog. Now I've got my skins over here, so let's use them. Isn't that a cute little way to serve that? Let me see if I've got a container in here that we can use. Put a couple of our chips right here. This is an awesome looking little snack. That's a terrible container. I don't have any plates over here. I'll tell you what we will use this cilantro for. It's just a tiny little bit of garnish right there. And that's our guacamole. Let's give it a test drive. Y'all want to? Uh-oh. Let me make sure. It's as good as I thought it was. This is delicious. Thank you for spending more time with me today. This is the longest video we've done in a long time. We've learned our knife skills and we learned a recipe. That is delicious. I hope y'all enjoy it. I'm Jamie Deen. I'll see y'all around the kitchen.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.